Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Deep Thoughts with Izzy. Now, today I'm going to tell you about my first opportunity to train in the Army Reserves outside of basic and AIT. It was the summer of 2006 and I had been assigned to the 394th ESB Expeditionary Sustainment Battalion. I showed up and before I knew it, we were heading out to the field in Camp Atterbury to train for our summer camp. And Sergeant Major Clark pulls me aside and he says, "Hey, PFC, I need you to go and get this information because we don't have a chaplain. You are it. And I need you to go ahead and go to each first sergeant in our companies. We have 5 companies. Here's the list. Go get this information. I want this information by the close of business today." Fantastic. Gun ho, I got this. I quickly found out that nobody listens to a PFC, especially senior NCOs. When you're telling them, "Hey, First Sergeant, I need this information. Would you please provide it to me before we go out into the field?" I would consistently get the answer, "Yeah, I'll get it to you. Stand by. Hey, go talk to this guy." There was one first sergeant that actually provided me with the information. I went back to Sergeant Major Clark and he says, as I explained to him, "I'm having trouble getting this information, and but I'll get it to you." And he says, "You need to realize that you are in the position of a chaplain. We don't have one. That's a captain's position. But even more so, I'm the most senior NCO in this battalion, and I have appointed you to this position. Thus, you go in my authority. And when they tell you no, they're telling me no. And when they're telling me no, they're telling the BC no. And there's reasons for the rhyme. So you go out there in my authority, not yours." What I want you to do, as he told me, is show up at our Cub meeting tonight at 2100. That is the commander's update brief as we prepared to go out into the field. I showed up. I'm the lowest guy on the totem pole. PFC Reyes, the next rank above me, I think was like maybe an E6, E7, E8 then, and then officers from the companies, our 5 subordinate companies. I was feeling intimidated. Now, when the command sergeant major asked for any alibis, I did my job. I stood up, I introduced myself. "Hi, I'm PFC Reyes. I'm the chaplain assistant for the battalion. I need to get this information." Before I can get my words out of my mouth, that one first sergeant that provided me with that information stands up and says, "PFC, I don't know what you're doing here. This is for senior NCOs and officers. I got you that information already." And before he can get his words out of the mouth, Command Sergeant Major Clark stands up and says, "First Sergeant, sit down. I appreciate you getting that information and doing your job, but you don't need to defend yourself. For the rest of you, I have told PFC Reyes to get me this information. We don't have a chaplain. He is the chaplain. You respect him in that position. I don't expect him to be going around anymore trying to beg and plead for this information. So I will have this information tonight before I hit the rack." The end of the meeting, they all dispersed. Command Sergeant Major Clark grabs me by the shoulder, pulls me over with the BC, and we sit on the bunk. And he says, "I want you to understand, being a leader is not about rank. It's not even about position. It's about the one who has appointed you. It's about that authority above you that gives you that strength. So when you stand up in that authority, you can puff out your chest a little bit more and a little more confidence. because I promise you, I will have your back, and the BC has mine, and nobody's going to screw us over. So, from here on out, for the rest of your life, that's how you need to think. It's about accomplishing the task and the mission with boldness. I have taken that and run with the rest of my life. That's why throughout my career I've been so successful. And even today, the other day, I got a chance to talk to that Command Sergeant Major. One other thing that he taught me as a private is it doesn't matter what rank you are. You will always be my troop. I will take care of you. And that is taking on the level of responsibility outside of the parameters of any rank. He's retired. I'm retired. But it's that intestinal fortitude. It's that care that surpasses all of that. So today, remember, it's not our position, our rank, but it is who has appointed us, and that the power that we go forward and we can maintain and grab a hold and take power, knowing that for me, God is in charge of all, that He is my authority, and that I will not fail because He has my back. Just like that Sergeant Major stood up, stopped that first sergeant, and says, I am speaking on behalf of this PFC because I have told him that I will take care of him. Today, just be bold. Know that we can do this. Know that you can do this. And I know I can do this. Every step that we take is to be thought out and planned, and make sure that it is ultimately in the hands of God. Have a great day. That's all I got for you today.